Love Activists, a 501c3 nonprofit organization, is an innovative educational program whose goal is to strengthen our schools as places of hope, learning, and healing for their surrounding communities while empowering youth to be compassionate leaders. We are tapping into the talent, culture, and potential of often marginalized urban youth by providing both in-school and after-school programs that teach children social-emotional skills, mindfulness, social and environmental justice, and leadership skills. Our children are learning to express themselves through public speaking and video and music production, combined with movement and performance coaching alongside gifted mentors. Through fun and engaging instructional videos created by kids for kids, as well as short lessons and music-based learning tools for the classroom.
We keep burning fossil fuels, taking oil from the ground. Pollution, air, land, water, noise, and sound. It's time to invest in clean energy. Hydro, solar, wind, so we can be happy. Ride a bicycle, plant a tree, eat organic, pesticide-free.
Last summer, took my kids to the beach and we made a music video called Mother Earth, teaching kids how people hurt and help the earth. So we're filming and shooting all day long. We're down at Malibu Beach. All of a sudden I look over and one of our students is screaming, crying at the top of her lungs. Come to find out she's stung by a bee. And then at the same exact time I look over and another woman who wasn't with us had been stung by a bee as well. That woman just happened to have a house that was right where we were shooting the video on the beach and invites us with her daughter back to the house, cleans the little girl, calms her down, puts a little ointment on the bee sting, and then begins to tell us that she has this entire place in her backyard that's devoted to her organization called Creative Visions.
I'm going to take you on a really fast trip around this place because it's a very, very, very special place.
So she decides to take all the kids and I to her facility to give us a tour, and she begins to tell us the story of her son, Dan Eldon.
There was a terrible famine in a country called Somalia, and my son Dan was 21 years old, and he heard that there was this terrible famine, and so he took his camera and he took photographs of all the children who were so hungry they were actually starving to death. Pictures went out to the world, and people said, we're not going to let those kids starve. So all over the world they started sending aid and money and food to Somalia. And when he went back 6 months later, are those kids starving?
No.
No way. Are they sad or happy?
Happy.
They're happy. So they were so happy to see Dan. They were all just smiling and laughing. When he was killed, I understood that the people didn't mean it, and so we decided we wanted to do something really good out of something really bad. And we all have bad things happen to us, and we have choices. One thing is we can go and be mean and horrible, or the other thing is we can say, you know what, I get it, and I'm going to forgive, and I'm going to move on, and I'm going to do something good. So we created this organization, which is called Creative Visions. 1, 2, 3.
Creative Visions.
And it's about creative activism, and you guys are love activists, so I'm going to call us love activists from now on.
Watching my kids look at her and be able to see how she was able to take something as traumatic as losing your son and turn it into love and turn it into her service and what she's giving back to the world. I can see what it was doing to the kids and listening, and I could feel what it was doing to my own being just watching her share that story. Post-traumatic growth is the idea that the challenges or traumas that we face, after facing them, you have the capacity to experience life in a new way, and it creates positive personality changes. So an appreciation for life, spiritual changes, and the way that we relate to others and building empathy and compassion.
Before this mentorship, I used to be very disrespectful and not care about other people's feelings. I used to get into a lot of fights.
Before I started the Love Activist, I was very sad and lonely. I didn't have as many friends, so I was very hurt inside.
I used to get bullied. My dad got shot, and it really hurt me because I didn't want him to die.
People that have experienced trauma actually have a capacity to be even greater or happier than before they experienced that trauma. And it doesn't always happen, but I think Kathy Eldon is a perfect example of that idea of post-traumatic growth.
Now, I actually feel happy about myself.
After I started the Love Activist, I started to become more healthier and more happy and more of a leader. Started using my voice more.
The work that Dan was doing in using art and photography and media and getting it out there to the world to show things that were important to him and that he felt was part of his purpose, that's what we do as Love Activists. We are creating content and music and dances to inspire people to bring about social and environmental justice and change. Through our art and content, we create art activism that will not only inspire, impact, and entertain our audience, but will also provide the children in our program with the opportunity to be compassionate leaders and responsible citizens.
We love ourselves, we love others, we love the earth, and take action to make the world a better place.
The kids in the world, I think he would have said, "You may only dance a short time." His dance has been very short indeed, but he would have said, "You choose your dance. You choose the music for your dance. You dance proudly, you dance loudly, you dance with incredible spirit and creativity and life and joy, and especially you go out and dance with love."